welcome back to another episode of Excalibur CCG's Talking Comics. I'm Olivia.
I'm Mark, and that's Riggs.
Yeah, you can't see him, but that's okay. You don't want to see him.
It's uncomfortable.
Yeah. This is a new episode. Oh, of Excalibur CCG's Talking Comics.
That's right, it is.
We're Excalibur Comics, and we're in Shreveport, Louisiana, and Texarkana, Texas.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
And we have a website, and a Twitter, and Facebook.
Allegedly. Twitter.
And emails and phone numbers.
All kinds of good stuff.
Those are definitely there, though.
Yes. They are. On the,
The internets.
Yep.
The webs.
The social media.
Such.
Yeah.
So we talk about all the new comics that hit the shelves this week. It's all the ones hitting the shelf on January 16, 2019.
Yep.
Why don't you start it up?
Why don't I do that? Starting up.
Vroom vroom.
Alright, from Dark Horse Comics. This is Avatar Tsu'tei's Path, #1. I don't know who that is, a character from Avatar, apparently. Written by Sherry Smith and art by Jan Duursema and Dan Parson. Tsu'tei, proud warrior of the Omitakaya clan, betrothed to Neytiri, has his life turned upside down by the arrival of Jake Sully, thank God, a normal name, of the Sky People. Reveals events only hinted at in James Cameron's Avatar, so I'm assuming this is some kind of prequel. Assuming. I've never seen it, I don't know.
I've never seen it either. Batman Who Laughs #2 of 6. It's here. Next week.
Next week?
Or I guess the week of this happening that you were watching this. By DC, Scott Snyder and Jock.
Good art.
Yep. After the ending of issue 1, a ticking clock sets Batman on a trail throughout the different realities of the multiverse. He starts to see all the iterations of his life and what could have been. So kind of like Batman, Kings of Fear. That ended. That's over. I'm sure there will be a TP soon.
I'm sure there will.
A collection.
Yes.
Trade deck. But more importantly, Bruce Wayne begins to deduce that his current life is somehow wrong, and that all the mistakes he's made are somehow connected. Meanwhile, the Batman Who Laughs raises the curtain on his second act, pulling out the big guns to break into Arkham Asylum. Enter one of the most punishing Batman of the dark multiverse, the Grim Knight.
The Grim Knight. Okay. Alright, more confusing stuff. From Marvel Comics is Black Widow #1. Looks like a new ongoing because it's not one of. From Jen Soska and Sylvia Soska, the Soska sisters, I guess. And Flaviano with the art. Natasha Romanoff was trained to kill. For years now, she's tried to overcome that programming to side with the angels, to be a hero. And where'd that get her? Killed. By
Angels or Avengers?
Well, either one.
Okay.
By one of the few true friends she allowed herself to have. Didn't like Steve will kill her, Evil Steve, like Hydra Steve, something like that. Blah blah blah. Now she's back from the dead, angry as hell, and finding those better angels harder and harder to hear. It's a web of vice, violence, and vengeance. Blah, 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 that will net Natasha the biggest badman she's ever faced, or put her back in the ground for good. I'm guessing that's not going to happen. If it's an ongoing.
Or it's a #1 that is a little long.
Well, could be a #1 and no #2.
I hate when they do that.
Yeah.
So much. Fantastic Four #6. We don't have a whole bunch of #1s, but everything from here on out is a #1. After this, it's not done yet. So hold on just a little bit. Marvel Comics with Dan Slott and Aaron Cooder.
Cooder.
Galactus has returned to devour the Earth, and only one man can save us. Dr. Doom.
Aha! Doom is back.
Twist. Yay. And where is that agitator? Where is that agitator?
Yeah.
Richard Reed's and his meddlesome family. What are they doing? They're locked in battle against the brave new hero of the Latverian people, Victorious.
Victorious!
That was a good show. That was on Nickelodeon.
I never watched that.
It started, the first episode was right after Teen's Choice Awards.
Yeah.
I remember that. And then it showed Teen Choice Awards again, and then it showed Victorious again.
What? Good old days.
I thought that was cool. That was the first time I've ever seen something replay immediately after.
Alright, from Marvel again. Invaders #1 from Chip Zdarsky. Art by Carlos Mango and Butch Guice. Guice. Juice. Butch Juice. That's disgusting. In commemoration of Marvel's 80th anniversary and springing from events in the pages of Avengers and the Defenders' Best Defense, the Marvel Universe's first super team is back. Captain America, the Human Torch, Winter Soldier, Namor. They fought in World War II together as the Invaders, but now Namor is the enemy, a global threat more powerful than ever. His deadly plans are as deep and far-reaching as the ocean, and revelations about his past could threaten the Marvel Universe. It's up to his old teammates to stop him, but what chance do they have against the man who knows their every move? The War Ghost story begins here.
I guess Namor's bad again.
I guess he's a bad guy again.
It happens.
From time to time.
Marvel Comics presents #1. Surprisingly, from Marvel Comics.
Yeah, they're reviving some old titles for the 80th anniversary.
Yep. Charles Soule and Various, and Paulo Squira and Various. 3 Titanic titles celebrating the first decade of Marvel stories. First, an all-new tale of the man they call the Wolverine begins in the 1940s. Then, Captain America, the first Avenger of World War II, still fighting for freedom today. And finally, the untold tale of Namor and the atom bomb.
That sounds wacky.
Will he be good or bad?
We don't know.
I don't know. He's got an atom bomb, though. Not an atomic bomb.
An atom bomb.
Atom bomb.
That's right, an atom bomb. Alright, this is Star Wars Age of Republic Special #1. This is a one-shot. But oddly enough, there's more Age of Republic titles coming for some reason.
This is the special that's #1.
This is the special. Written by Sachs, Ethan, and Various.
I think it's Ethan Sachs.
Yeah, I don't know why they did that. They do that from time to time. Carlos E. Gomez and Various on the art.
Maybe we finally know Various's last name. It's Ethan and Various Sachs.
Okay.
It's been revealed.
So now we have to call Various that every time.
Various Sachs.
Yeah. You remember that, because I won't. The baddest Jedi in the galaxy has a score to settle. Mace Windu returns in an action-packed adventure from Old Man Hawkeye's Ethan Sachs. Various. Yes.
Sachs included. Don't forget about him.
You can run, but you can't hide from the twin lightsabers of Sith assassin Asajj Ventress.
Question mark?
I'm not sure why that's a question, but okay. Feel her fury in a tale expertly woven by veteran Star Wars comic scribe Jody Hauser. And is Jar Jar Binks' role in the Star Wars story over?
Not by a long shot.
Because Chip Zdarsky has a rancor bone to pick with the galaxy's most glorious Gungan. You can take the clone out of the war, but you can never take the war out of the clone. Captain Rex answers the phone and dusts off his blaster and enters the fray in a story by Mark Guggenheim. And, yes, that's it for this week.
That's all the new stuff. Let's talk about some old stuff.
Okay.
Like stuff that came out the week that was before the Wednesday of January the 16th. That was the 9th, I believe.
That was so last week.
So last week. It's another Web of Venom that they put a #1 on for no reason. Because they're all titled Web of Venom. But it's like Age of Republic, I guess. I don't know, that's like a series name, not even just the name of the comic. It's so dumb. Look at this pup. That's not a pup, that's a symbiote. Gotcha. It's a little one-shot story. With Venom and Carnage and saving Eddie Brock. It's pretty cool. It's pretty short, but, I mean, it's a little one-shot, so what do you expect?
They're brain eating?
There's worms in the brain.
Oh, okay.
You can go through the nose.
Nice. The worms crawl in, the worms crawl
And there's
out.
a little reference to an old Venom story that I can't tell you what it is called right now. But I will see if I can find it real quick. I don't think I can find it quick enough.
So he's a dog through the whole thing?
Yeah!
Well,
For the most part. From Venom Lethal Protector, remember that with the, like, spacesuit things? That are, like, digging or whatever? Those are there.
okay.
Drilling holes and stuff. There's also homeless people,
Oh,
but
yeah.
they're not alive.
Okay.
guess.
Undead homeless people?
Yeah.
Undead
What?
hobos.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going to do another trade here. This is something DC is doing. It's kind of along the lines of the epic things that Marvel's doing. This is...
Except it's DC and not
except
Marvel.
that's right. It's DC and not Marvel. And this is Batman: The Golden Age, Volume 1. This is like Batman from the very beginning, from like Detective 27. It's got the first few issues of Detective and a couple of issues of the regular Batman title. And this has the debut of the Joker, Robin, Catwoman, characters like that, plus some other weird ones. $24.99. Very cool stuff. It is a big book. It's a big, thick book. It's a fun book. I read a lot of this stuff when I was a kid, and I really enjoyed that kind of stuff. And I still like reading it from time to time now. It's fun and wacky, and the first Joker story is pretty awesome. Anyway, that's my pick for the week. And they do this for... they've got like Justice League, they've got Flash, they've got several characters. Superman, they've done these, Supergirl, stuff like that. They've got several characters they've done those in. And they're very enjoyable, like the Epic collections.
Yeah.
So that's it.
Yeah. That's all the stuff for this episode.
Come on, Riggs. Come give a it's one person. If one person gets it, then you've done your job.
I don't get it, but Mark gets it, I guess.
All right, just remember to keep looking up.
And read good comics.
Read good comics.
See you next time.